In today's theme park, we are going on a Pixar experience. That is right, an entire park dedicated to all the wonderful Pixar IPs. Your favorite movies are now themed into rides and attractions. If you are a Pixar fan, then this is an episode you're not going to want to miss out on, so stay tuned and we'll get right on into it. Hey yo, my Planet Coaster friends, Johnny5 Alive here, and welcome back to another episode of Park Spotlight Contest Edition. Today we're looking at Pixar Experience created by Offbass, and here they say, welcome to Pixar Experience, founded in 1986 in the New York Institute of Technology. The studio has grown and built fabulous world of vibrant characters and inspiring stories. 1986, that was when I was born alongside with Pixar. I grew up on Pixar, so this is exciting. Come join the fun experience and many attractions available. This park includes 2 coasters, 1 dark ride, 1 track ride, 3 flat rides, 2 themed shops, a themed balloon shop, and a gift shop and restaurant. Whew! All right, that is a lot of stuff, and it is a lot of Pixar. It's gonna be a fun one, so let's get right to it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to New York Institute of Technology, where Pixar was created. And there we have it. Beautiful. This is looking to be a very exciting episode. I know Pixar well enough, but we'll really test that here today. I've watched a lot of Pixar growing up, but I don't think I've watched a lot of Pixar in the last 10 years. I haven't really watched a whole lot of animated films at all in the last decade for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm not sure why. I guess accessibility. Maybe what it comes down to. But Monsters Inc. Right, very noticeable right away. This is the first when I went to high school and we went to a 3D animation class to learn 3D Studio Max. My teacher made us watch this on the first day. And he says, "This is what good animation is." And after we finished watching Monsters Inc., he made us storyboard our animations. And I made a little Johnny5 Alive robot escaping out of a prison and fully animated all that. It was great. Maybe I'll put it on the YouTube channel one day. My very first creations. All right. Well, here we go. We got the Scream Tour. There's a look at all the stats you'd like to see them. And we will go into seat view too. All right, very good. Let's talk about it. If that was the first Scream Tour I ever saw, I'd say it's pretty good. Not too bad at all. Now, one thing when you guys are creating, especially guys in the advanced builder bracket and lower, you do have my channel as your reference point. There is a little search button on the channel, on every YouTube's channel front page, where if you type something into the search box, it'll bring up content only created on that channel. So in this case, my channel. If you were ever wondering, like, hey, has this been done before? Just type in Monsters Inc. and you will find a handful of Scream tours. Particularly dating back to Movie Coaster Contest 1, Chant had done a Scream tour, and as well as somebody else. And she came up with some really brilliant concepts where the doors that are being created, you're going up and through them, and they're all opening one by one. And there was a lot of really interesting concepts that she came up with that's like straight out of the movie, which are definitely missing in this creation here. And she set the bar high. So when I see that, I'm like, okay, it's pretty good. But Chant did nothing but one coaster for the Movie Coaster Contest. You are doing an entire theme park. So for a Scream tour within your park, it's pretty okay. It's not too bad at all. But it never hurts to just double check. Hey, did someone do, you know, an up ride? Did somebody do an Incredibles ride? And you could type these things into the search engine to get some ideas and inspiration. So just a note for future creators. If you've got an idea or a theme or something that you're excited about, definitely check the channel, because I have no problem. I mean, Blizzard does this. They take everybody else's ideas and just make them better. And if you see somebody do something that you thought was clever, maybe you can elevate it to the next level. So for me, the Monsters Inc. ride was not an elevation, but it wasn't bad either. And maybe you could have elevated it if you saw some of the ideas that had been done in the past. All right, what is this from? I don't even know. See, this is where you're testing my Pixar. Okay. Harry Hosen is an animator for Pixar. It's not a character from any of the films or anything. It is one of the creators. Shame on me for not knowing that. Okay, Pizza Planet. That's a classic. Toy Story. Gotta love it. We all grew up on Toy Story, I'm sure. Everybody's probably seen that one. Most likely the most famous Pixar series, I would imagine. And then came the games. I remember the games being awesome. Really cool stuff. I almost kind of sad that there's not a ride, like a Pizza Planet Toy Story ride. Wondering what you could do with that. Willie's butt. Is this from Wreck-It Ralph? I'm not entirely sure. I think it is. It's cute. Let's just zip around. That's not really a good perspective. Looks really nice with the reshade. I gotta tell you. Jump to the next car. I mean, it's a very simple circuit, but it's super cute. I love the paintwork that you did on the terrain, too. Just like that nice gradient from red to yellow. It looks really sharp. And this is a good example that, like, less is more and simplicity can be really great at times. Yeah, this is really nice. Beautiful. I want to save whatever this is to last, because it's like this gigantic indoor section to the park. So we're going to do that last. The Spirit of Adventure. This has got to be up. And I love what you did here. You got the Looney Balloons. Very fitting. And then you also have, you've turned it into a drop tower. And that's super clever. There we go. Up, up, and away. Oh, that's neat. Oh, that's a really cool perspective going through all the balloons like that. Oh, I love that. So creative. Yeah, that's neat. Gotta be one of my favorite drop towers just from that perspective. Super cool. All right, we're gonna stick to the outside for now. Looks like we have something Incredibles. You could just tell by the, yep, the red, yellow. Incredible. Cool looking building. All right, Mr. Fantastic versus the Omni Droid. There's all the stats, you guys. Let's get to it. Holy crap. That was quick. We came out with so much speed. It was very sporadic and maybe could use a little bit more smoothing there. And then we just trim all that speed. And then it felt like it was going at the proper speed. And the second half was definitely better than the first half in that sense because it was a little bit more smooth with the less speed. It wasn't as jerky, but then it was over. Boom. A little quick on that one, but that's okay. I think that brings us back to the park entrance, so we can now go into whatever the castle is. It's a queue. I suspect it's some sort of dark ride, right? Yes, it is. And they've been using a day-night sequencer on all of the stuff so far. Path of the Will-O-Wisps. Will-O-Wisps. Okay. All right, I really appreciate the amount of detail you put into this and the elevation as well. We were just talking about that in the previous episode. Having that little bit of height and going down deeper, it builds a little bit of that suspense. A really beautiful, spooky forest that what you created here. I think the only thing it really lacked was a little bit of ambience. We had this, like, you could hear the speakers of the rides from outside. By putting some sort of spooky track, a little bit of ambience on that would have gone a long way, drown out the background park sounds, and then I would have just added in a couple jump scare moments. I feel with dark rides these days, it really helps having a bit of a narrative as well if you do some voice acting over it, but not necessary if you do a really good job with the ambience and tell a story through just sound design. So you can just elevate that sound design, but visually speaking, it was awesome, and I love the depth there. Honestly, my favorite ride is the Willie's butt. This is just awesome looking. I don't know what it is. I love it. It's silly. It's great. I also really like the Looney Balloons area, the up area with the drop tower. For whatever reason, going through these balloons was really neat to me. Yeah, I love that. So oddly enough, I guess your smaller attractions ended up being some of my favorite. The Monsters, Inc. had potential. Definitely had potential. See what other people have done and maybe try to elevate that in the future. But if that was the first one I've seen, I would have said, hey, that's a pretty good job. The coaster itself was a little bit short considering there was only one of them in your park. So I would have liked to see that stretch out a little bit longer, maybe backtrack, double back. Maybe instead of using the trim brakes there, you could have actually ran the coaster back once around. Build that speed up before we get to the boss and battle the boss. Just kind of tell a story where we see it, we go by it, we turn back around, and then we begin fighting it. Did we miss something here? Is this a hotel? Yeah, it's a hotel. All right, Pixar. This is a really fun idea. I love the fact that you're using like multiple IPs from the Pixar universe. Super fun, super creative. A lot of really good stuff going on here. Creative ideas, good artwork. Very high level skill on a lot of the builds here. It's nice. I would have liked to see some of these rides be pushed further. Obviously, I mentioned that already, but the artwork and details gone into each of the rides was absolutely impeccable, and it definitely represents Pixar. So I think you did a good job getting that across, and it's really, really a lot of fun. So shout out to Offbass on this awesome Pixar experience. What did you guys think? Fire away down to the comments below, and that is going to do it for me in today's episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.